off the Sea of Japan, taken on the docks, cut up, and then flown to restaurants so that it could arrive there fresh, and then shipped overnight in the trucks to the local locations, and then cut up even farther and packaged and put in the refrigerators. And there was a gauge that they used, a carbon footprint. If it's under 5, it's kind of okay. You want your carbon footprint to be down around between 0 and 3. The carbon footprint of that bluefin tuna was 23. Of what it took to get a little piece of tuna on your plate in a Japanese restaurant that had to be flown and packaged and shipped overnight from the Sea of Japan to get it there in 2 or 3 days so it was still fresh. 23. And so this website said, when you go to sushi restaurants, ask them to tell you which items on the menu are locally caught, so that you're reducing the carbon. Enjoy the sushi, find the ones that are locally caught. It's massive the things that we can do to start making these changes and just realign our thinking. It never would have occurred to me that I was doing something that harmful to the earth by getting a sushi, tuna hand roll in a restaurant. And this is the kind of thinking that we need to get to address. Anybody else have anything they want to share or ask that would contribute to? So we're going to be doing the water and the land and the air, but more importantly, I'm being told, is to help people become aware and make conscious acts every day, that we can start taking pride and ownership and cleaning up the world that we live in, because we just go in our doors at night and we close the front door and we forget that all that is out there. And so we need to open our eyes and realize that it's there and that we're creating it more and more every day, and it's not going away. We've got to reduce what we're putting in there. Okay, all set? So, when you do the meditation, and I want you to imagine what it would be like if we had the 7 billion people living here on Earth, and all 7 billion people had a level of conscious awareness of taking care of the home that we have here. How important that is. So breathing and a little time for us to get us in there. Allowing yourself to relax. You've already had one brief meditation here, so you're already really relaxed and feeling gentle. In your heart space energy, you're going to go the opposite direction. First one, we're going to go up to the ethers, bringing in your guides, your guardian angels, tapping into the resources of your higher self. Any deceased loved ones, archangels, ascended masters, star-seed families, elementals that walk with you on this journey. Collecting the energy of all of those who work with you and walk with you. And now focusing your attention. Our feet are on the floor. We are connected every day as we walk around to Earth. focusing all of our attention on our home planet, that which gives us life. And I want you to imagine that you can connect to and feel the energy of Earth. Feel her heat, her creation, her minerals, her rocks. Where she is in our star system that creates the perfect environment for us to thrive. Starseed people call our planet the green planet because of the lush blue and green that can be seen, that we've seen from our own satellite system. So many other planets in the galaxies don't look like Earth. She is so rich in air and water and oxygen and greenery as to create a home for all the living beings. She's magnificent, perfectly positioned with just the right amount of sunlight and moonlight to create the perfect balance. All of her different weather conditions, depending on how close or far away from the equator, each equally having their own perfectly balanced ecosystem. And as we live and emerge, migrate and settle, adapting to the environment that we are in, its weather conditions and water conditions, we set the intention to live here responsibly. As we honor that which gives us life, we honor our own life and the lives of others around us. It is an act of honor that we now set the intention to create with regards to our home. We expand our consciousness to know that our home is not just the place where we sleep and eat, or the city, or the zip code that assigns the district or the location, but imagining the entire world and saying, this is my home. This planet is my home. And every day, every decision that I make regarding my physical needs affects the home where I live. And I choose now to set that intention to honor, respect, hold dear, appreciate, be in gratitude, and take good care of the home where I live. And I am not concerned with criticizing others for their action. I am only concerned with my own actions. I am under no one's judgment or criticism. Everyone is in their own stage of development. They're on their own journey. And so I take my own actions seriously and I set the intention to improve the way I honor the home in which I live. Calling in now those who advocate the home of Earth so dearly to us, feeling the energies of trees and water and nature, caring for the home in which we live with a sense of pride and justness, equality and respect, honoring everything that we take in food and water, and know that it has been provided to us with so much unconditional giving and loving light. And as we set the intention never to take this giving for granted, to be thankful and appreciative, and to take only what we need, and in ways that are not packaged with so much convenience that it takes more energy to present it to us than it does for us to get the essence of what it is that we are taking in, weighing, and making conscious choices as to how we support our own physical needs. And it is not asked of us to be without comfort and warmth and food, only to do so as we take these things with conscious awareness of the symbiotic relationship of she who provides, so that we do not take too much or put back that which she cannot absorb. We take responsibility for caring for the home that provides for us, our home. We send loving energy as we imagine all the waters of the earth completely clean and clear, free of debris, toxins, pollutants, man-made objects. We see earth in perfect H2O harmony, that which is salt-free and that with salt. We see the beauty of it, clear, clean, bright, and flowing. We see the land, completely free of heavy metals and toxins and waste. And we bless the landfills that everything decomposes quickly, effortlessly, and without any toxins. We look to the air, and we see a perfect atmosphere, clear of toxins, radiations, heavy metals. And the air we breathe is clean and clear. And we look at all the humans and the animals and the insects that roam the earth, free, easy, finding all the resources that they need, taking only what resources that they need, trusting that they will always be there for them. And consciousness among humanity, for everything that we build, that we consider its effect, short-term and long-term, and that we make decisions responsibly. We set that intention now. We send that energy out to the consciousness of all 7 billion people on the planet. Setting that intention now, making it so. Holding our hands out in front of us, sending all the loving light and energy to the earth. With beauty and grace and gentleness. And we stand to make this true in every aspect, and so it is. When you're through setting your intentions, just come gently back to the room. Just open your eyes. Did anybody get anything in the meditation that they would like to share?
I had a lot of animals.
A lot of animals. Do they have a message?
They were just asking that we be more aware of them and respect them as our brothers and sisters. And I just got the feeling
I got a similar message just about being consciously aware and more responsible, but it was very loving, and it wasn't condescending, and it wasn't judgmental. It was judgmental. It was just, we're asking you to be more consciously aware, because everything can be corrected. Even everything that's happened, we have the ability to correct it and reverse it. And if all the humans were to leave the earth within a couple of years, a couple of hundred years, everything that we've done here, everything will be grown over, all the rubble will just come down to earth, and within a couple of hundred years, we would be able to tell that we were here. It wouldn't take long. Earth is not at risk here. We are at risk here on earth if we deplete the resources that feed us. But she herself will be just fine. She will survive us. It's we that need to protect our own environment here by respecting that which feeds us, so that we continue to receive those resources from her without taking away her ability to replenish faster than what we can take. And that's really what we're looking at here. If you were on a camping trip and you were going to be gone 3 days, and you took 3 days worth of food with you, you wouldn't eat all the food the first day. You would look at what your resources were and how long it lasted, and you would take care. And that's really all the energy of the earth is asking us to do, is to not over-access the resources, that at some point in time there won't be any resources left for us, and we will go away. That's the ticket here. It's not about being condescending or judgmental, and this isn't about lecturing at all. It's about them caring about our survival. And in order for us to do that, we've got to be more careful about what we're doing. So it's really that. It's just saying we want you to thrive here, but you yourselves are the ones just creating that possibility by not being consciously aware of what you're doing. So it's really a very loving message. It's about telling your kids not to spend their allowance on one day, but to make it last, the week. It's about teaching people to self-care, isn't it? That's really what they're asking us to do, is to self-care at a much greater level of awareness. But it's not a message that I get where I feel like I'm being told off at all. On the contrary, it feels very, just help yourself to survive and thrive, and that the world that you live in will look beautiful, and the air you breathe will be clean, and the water you drink will be clean, so that you can thrive, that you can be happier and healthier. That's the message. As we take care of the earth, we ultimately end up being able to take care of ourselves better, rather than creating toxins and then reabsorbing them, because that's really what we're doing, isn't it? We're creating toxins, putting them back in the earth, and then absorbing them back in, and that's what they're asking us not to do. Make sense? Any questions? Anything anybody wants to share? Not our usual topic, but just something that was so important to bring up today. So we'll pass out the giving envelopes. And do you want to do cards today? Should we do cards? Yeah, we like cards, don't we? So last week, I asked people to take a card, and I didn't give readings on them. Who was here last week with that card, and the assignment was to keep it to yourself and see if anything got changed, and then come back and share this week. Anything that happened. Okay. John, you want to pass this out?
That's yours this time. I guess I get a new one this time.
You get a new one this time. So this is the card detached from drama from Pallas Athenas, and the funny thing is that Adam pulled this card like 3 weeks in a row. So he's really relieved that I pulled this card this time.
Which card is it?
It's the detached from drama.
I got that last week.
Did you get that last week?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Because I wasn't here.
because he wasn't here. But he pulled it like three weeks in a row.
Wow.
So, I mean, when you get a card that many times in a row, so this time it's me. But I've been setting the intention to really become present. And I'm excited because on Wednesday of this week, I'm driving down to Carlsbad, and I'm seeing Deepak Chopra and Eckhart Tolle in person.
Nice.
I'm not sure if anybody wants to go. It's $100. It's $99. And I'll be leaving probably around 4 o'clock from the temple here on Wednesday. So I'm not sure if any, it's through Eventbrite. I think if you just Google Deepak Chopra, Eckhart Tolle, Carlsbad, April 24th, I'm sure you get sent to a website. I'm not sure if there are any more tickets left available, but if anybody wants to go, we can get tickets, we can carpool. And Eckhart Tolle is all about sticking to the facts. It's not that hurt me, but when this happened, it made me uncomfortable. It's a way of describing events and taking out the emotional sting of them and about being present. And when I read his book, The New Earth, it was the kind of book, did everybody read that here? It's the kind of book where I could only read 2 or 3 pages at a time, and I would have to sit down, put it down, and like spend a day absorbing just those 2 pages. I mean, it was that content impactfully rich. So I was excited when I saw that he was local. So I've been setting the intention to get present every day and get out of future worries and past histories and taking that to a higher level. So she's coming in to confirm to me that, she isn't instructing me to do it, but she's actually confirming to me that I'm on the right path and how much better I'm going to be if I continue to do that. So we all, self-detachment drama, I think everybody can pull this card every week and be okay with it. You know, we all have a little bit of stuff to do, right?
And what I got from meditating after getting that card last week was that I have the choice of how I want to feel about anything and everything and anyone at any time. We always have choices. So whenever I start to go into a little negativity about some situation, I pause and say, I could think about that differently.
You know, thank you for sharing that. I think that's something that we sometimes don't realize or we forget. Just as you said, we have a choice in how we feel. We can choose to feel angry, we can choose to feel indifferent, we can choose to feel appreciation and gratitude. We absolutely get to choose how we feel in any given situation. Just because the first emotion that comes up isn't the one that's of having more love and more joy in your life, that you are too quick to diminish what it is that you are willing to accept for yourself. Your expectations could be raised, what it is that this life can offer you, as far as you give a fuller love. That there's a part of you, he's saying, that feels as though you, it's not given up, but have settled for less. So he's asking you to not settle for less. Yeah?
Last week I got peace offering, and I think it was like a balloon or something.
Oh, she shows up often too.
And what I got was, when I meditated on it, I got an image of myself riding a horse. And I was in like indigenous type clothing. And I was leading some people on some mission. And what I got was, suffering is really unnecessary, and we are raised in a way that tells us that without suffering we're unhappy. And I think that myself as a young person, I'm figuring that out now. I mean, with college and whatnot, always thinking that suffering is necessary in order to reach some goal. And I felt like that card was the universe telling me, like, white flag, peace offering, we just need to not have that suffering.
I'd like to meet the person that said no pain, no gain. And ask them to consider gain without pain to be the new mantra. How many people believe in no pain, no gain? I mean, I know I used to, that you have to work hard, you had to go through stuff, you had to learn lessons, you had to go through drama, you had to go through all of this stuff to get through to the euphoria on the other end. And that is deeply embedded in our culture. So thank you for holding space and reminding us that we can have joy and euphoria, and we can ask for everything that we need to be shown from the universe, and it doesn't have to come at a price of pain or agony or lengthy or huge investment or drama and trauma. It just doesn't have to come that way. We just forget that it doesn't have to, and so we don't always set the intention. Here's the caveat that I always use when I set the intent for something. I say, for my highest and best good and for all of those concerned. So it means that I want this for the best of me, but I also want everybody who's related to this thing I'm creating for it to be for their highest and best good, because then I never have to worry that I'm doing something that's going to be not great for somebody else. And then here's the kicker at the end. Never, ever, 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 ever forget to say this when you set an intention. At the end, say, with ease and grace. For my highest and best good, and for all of those concerned, and with ease and grace. And you say that a couple of thousand times with all of your intentions, it will start getting into your whole auric intent, with ease and grace, with ease and grace.
And then you notice that life becomes almost effortless.
Not almost. I mean, it actually, the goal here is, I think we can set a goal for effortlessness. It can be easy. On that note, some of you, as I came back from my speaking event in San Jose, and I really honed in on the core of what it is that we're doing here at the temple, and how it's not our job necessarily to go out to the entire community and convert people to spirituality, but it's more about, this is a ground space here for seekers and practitioners and teachers to feel safe learning and developing and sharing their healing arts, and to also have community like we have here this morning, and a place to play. And when we got into that core message, things started happening really fast and easy. And on Monday, I got a call from Melissa that a gentleman named Will Departis from a show, has anybody heard of this show called Storage Wars?
Yeah.
Well, we got on it. So there's the character Barry Weiss, the funny guy. He's the one that's the more charismatic of all. He apparently opened a storage locker, and in it was a beautiful set of crystal Tibetan singing bowls. And he didn't know what they were, so his associate producer, this guy Will, Googles and comes across the temple website, and it's like the first one up there because we've been working really hard for search engine optimization. So he calls, I call him, he comes to see us on Tuesday, and when I spoke with him, he said, I need somebody to do a demonstration of these, and I could have done it, but I asked my guides, should I be doing this or should I be having one of the other practitioners do it? And then I was given Deborah Shea's face, so I called her. She couldn't make the meeting, but she said I could get there later, and I said, look, you're supposed to be here, just I'll stall him. He calls and says the meeting's delayed an hour, so of course it was perfect for Deborah to get there. So the synchronicities were all lining up. And we ended up setting it up to film at Deborah's house on Friday afternoon. When they got there, they didn't like the setting because it was not natural enough, so we found a place in the courtyard that there was a wedding later on in the afternoon, and it got changed, the filming got changed in the morning, so everything just lined up exactly the way it was supposed to. So Deborah Shea and I, we got filmed, Barry Weiss giving a demonstration on these crystal healing bowls that's going to be seen by millions of people when it airs in July. So just setting that intention, we're going to be educating millions of people on what crystal healing bowls are. And Deborah and I, and it was really funny because reality filming is great. So Deborah's sitting there and she's doing healing on me, and he walks up and I go, oh, well, hi. And he asked all kinds of questions, and we did some on it, and they put a fisheye camera in one of the bigger bowls, and they had all three of us looking in. So it was hysterical. But that's how easy and effortlessly we set our intention that we're here to teach healing arts and to let people know that life can be easier and it can be euphoric and it can be wonderful. And so we just got really clear on our stating that intention, and we got sent a television program to do it. And then that same day, later on in the afternoon, a feng shui specialist comes in, and she's going to be doing some work here at the temple to really get all the rooms with all the right intentions. And she is being commissioned as a advocate for the city of Irvine, reporting directly to the mayor's right-hand man that all of the future places in Irvine be feng shuied. And she said, when I'm done with this project, I'll bring the mayor and his entourage to the temple to show him the work.
Nice.
That is setting intention with ease and grace, and it just literally comes that easily to you. And we just, Tanya and Alyssa and I just looked at each other and went, of course. So it can come that easy. It's not scraping uphill and being that hard. So when I ask you, like we asked last week, I always ask you, is to look whatever is going on in your life, and if it feels like it's going uphill, if it feels like you're pushing a mountain and not getting any traction, whatever it is that you're doing isn't in alignment with who you are and what you truly want and what your core being is here all about. So, anybody else want to share their card? Seth, that's good.
Krishna, find blessing in your current situation.
Didn't you get that one? That card comes up. There are 44 cards in this deck, and there's about 10 that just kind of make the circuit and keep coming up.
His previous one was kind of make the best of what you want to do or something like that. This one it says,
It was Paramahansa Yogananda that was your last card.
Last time it was Hilarion. Healing, you were